Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Zero. This is their part number 1545A. This is a half saddle threshold. They might call it a transition or a butt saddle. I'd call it a half saddle. Okay. They've obviously cut this out of a larger unit. Not something I like to see from a manufacturer. Okay, so this is a half saddle threshold. This is intended to transition between two disparate floor surfaces. In the case of the 1545, we're going to go from 1/4 inch, obviously, down to 0 over here. This is 2.5 inch wide. A little shy on that, ever so slightly. Probably because they cut that out of a larger piece. I would expect this to be a extrusion all on its own. They're cutting it obviously out of a larger piece, which means I didn't have any of this extrusion. I don't know what it was cut from. Anyway, I'm not thrilled when I see that. Where are you going to use this? You're going to use this when you have two disparate floor surfaces. Very typical and common when you're putting down some sort of a tile that's quite thin. You know, some sort of material that would otherwise be a tripping hazard, and you want to finish it off. You might simply have an uneven floor surface between, let's say, an interior space of a gas station, and that aluminum storefront door opens out, and they really want to transition that nice and smoothly down to that area that's 1/4 inch lower. Anywhere where you're butting up to a different floor surface and then transitioning off is where you're going to use this. This is in the A finish. That means mill aluminum. And there is an image down below this video that will show the dimensional properties of the item. Okay, 2.5 by 1/4. This is also available in a B, and B by 0 means solid architectural bronze, onto which different finishes can be done. Obviously mill, if they didn't do anything to it, but polished brass, oil rub bronze, things of that nature can actually be done to it. This is, there is a link below this video to a document called installation, which is just a very generic document. Measure again, cut to size, install, things of that nature. There's also a link to a document called product brochure, and that's really handy because it will show you the other butt type or half saddle units or transition style thresholds from Zero. The point of that is you might likely find a part number that would be more appropriate for exactly what it is that you're doing. This is listed in the website in lots of different lengths, everything from 2 foot to 8 foot, and we're in the process of adding longer lengths. You can have any length that you want naturally. If you have need for a custom length, order the next longest piece or pieces and simply indicate in the comment field the net length you'd like for us to cut the material back to. The reasoning is if you had to take this 48-inch piece and cut it down to, say, 42-inch, a very common size, you'd eliminate that first countersink that's there. And speaking of that countersink, there are screws included with this. They have them packaged up pretty tightly. Take a look at what they've got here. Probably about a number 10 by 1.5 inches. Those look a lot more like number 8s to me. A number 8 by 1.5 inches or so. Flathead sheet metal screw. That's what you'll get as standard with this threshold. So if you have a need for a custom length, by all means let us know by ordering the next longest piece or pieces and indicate in the comment field the length that you'd like to have us ship it to you at. Again, you don't want to have to cut unless you absolutely need to, nor do you want to have to drill another hole at all, because your holes will no longer be symmetrical down the length. We'll be happy to make that preparation for you. But also if you have a need for perhaps a different fastener package, Zero can produce thresholds like this with particular fasteners like machine screws with lead anchors. Whatever the case might be, you might want to consider how you're going to anchor it. Maybe a number 8 by 1.5 inches is not what you have in mind. A threshold like this naturally takes a lot of, force stepping over it. If it's a bump up threshold, they take a lot of lateral force. And you don't really want to have a failed installation because of a poor mounting method. The manufacturer does give you screws. That may not be what you want. They're capable of giving you, most likely, what you would need to install it in such a way that would be considered quite a robust and permanent method of installation. Finally, there is a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Xero products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. If you have any questions on the Xero, this is their part number 1545A, mill aluminum butt threshold, or any other Xero product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.